Good evening, Yeshiva Shalom Bayit. No, everybody's sleeping. Let's go, wake up, gentlemen, wake up. We're holding Bezrat Hashem. We're holding on the 8th. Today is the 8th already, on the of Av, right? Even though we had 7 Shlemot of Av, halacha is we don't do Birkat Levana today, right? Birkat Levana we do after Tisha B'Av. Why don't we do Birkat Levana? Nadav, what's the halacha? Why can't you do Birkat Levana today? Usually after the 7th of the month, you're supposed to do Birkat Levana. Why not today? Anybody knows? No, the reason is you must be happy. You must be happy. And we know that Noatim B'Simcha, and that's one of the ways that's one of the reason we push off the Birkat Levana tonight till after Tisha B'Av, the 10th of Av, we make a bracha. We make even though, Uday says, even though there's sometimes there's a question, is it going to be rain or not? Preferably, unless it's a mamash, a real critical place. Let's say you're in Antarctica. Over there, because you see Levana, right? So if you're in Antarctica, so over there, it will be some allowance. But if you're not in that situation where you're standing here in Florida, Baruch Hashem, rain comes like 5-minute rains. You know those 5-minute rains I love? That's the best thing about Florida, Sunshine State, right? So there's always more Baruch Hashem. I was in New York, and Rabbi Oren had a Brit Milah over here. You know, Rabbi Oren had a Brit Milah for the baby. This was, I think, Shimon. This was at least 5 years ago. So in New York, we had a big storm. You won't believe it. A big storm, Mazda storm. Cloudy, there's no Birkat Levana, nothing, because you don't see the moon. It's already time. So what happened was, the baby was born. It was like, let me show, day before the 15th, with the Brit. So I flew in at night. From New York. Miracle that I got a ticket. For $74, I flew in back and forth in one day. And it was a crazy thing. All the people, all the flights before me canceled, all the flights after me canceled, coming back in there. It was a funny thing. And I paid only $74 for the ticket. So I came here. Why? Because I go crazy. Birkat Levana, I go crazy. Oof. I missed the Birkat Levana. That year, I was in the hospital, Corona. That year, the Rosh Hashanah time, it's a Tishrei, Birkat Levana. It's guaranteed. A person who doesn't miss the Birkat Levana on time, every month, guaranteed is going to live another month. Guaranteed, without any safek. Yeah, it's a zgula. Anyway, so Birkat Levana we'll say after Tisha B'Av. And now we're going to go back to our Inyan. Inyana the Yomah, Bezat Hashem. I just have to mention it because we're now in the 8th of Av. So, Bezat Hashem, the shiur today, we're going to be in Perek Shlishim, Mishnah Tetvav, is sponsored, L'Lul Nishmat, Victor Yechiel Ben Chana. Baruch Hashem, we have Nadav over here. Gab Le'avdir L'Lul Nishmat? You had somebody, right? Sarina Badrena? Okay. Moshe Ben Miriam, Bezat Hashem, Gam. Anybody? לרפואה שלמה לכל, להבדיל לחיים?
אמן. חנה בת סול.
This רפואה שלמה, what is saying?
רפואה שלמה.
חנה בת?
סול.
סול.
אבי בת שרה.
נו?
אבי בת שרה.
אבי בת שרה, שלמה בן ניסי?
ניסי בן שמחה.
ניסי בן שמחה, שלמה בן שמחה.
חיילי מדינת ישראל.
חיילי מדינת ישראל.
רבי ישעיהו יוסף
בן מה?
רבי ישעיהו
יוסף
בן הרבנית זרי.
בן זרי, okay, רפואה שלמה.
חיילי מדינת ישראל.
I said חיילי מדינת ישראל. You didn't hear me? Why? You almost left. This guy. Okay, רפואה שלמה חי בת לאה, יוספה בן מפרד. Okay, let's start. Mishnah Tetvav, please, Habibi, chef, now that you said the name, the rules are, we don't charge money, you sit down.
ראש פה ליד הרבי.
כן. Let me sit there, there's a chair.
אני הולך להכין תה.
Habibi, there's a chair right there. Okay. Tetvav, הכל צפוי והרשות נתונה. Everything is here. מה זה צפוי? כל מה שאדם עושה בחדרי החדרים, גלוי לפניו. So, צפוי means everything is revealed. Hashem knows everything we do. והרשות נתונה. And the permission is granted. ובטוב העולם נידון. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is always looking, what? To judge the world with favorably. He wants to make sure who give us grant bracha, because always there's something good. והכל לפי רוב המעשה. And everything is according to the most of the deeds. So what's going on here? Let's see. It says Rabeinu Yonah, all the way in the bottom. Rabeinu Yonah the Rishon. Tetvav. הכל צפוי. What does that mean? כמו שכתוב, השם הכרתני ותדע אתה ידעת, שבטי וקומי בנתה לרי מרחוק. As it says in Tehillim, the HaKadosh Baruch Hu, השם הכרתני, החקר, he knows, חוקר. examining. Yes, good. That's the word. Investigate. ותדע אתה ידעת שבטי וקומי, you know, where I rise when I go, בנתה לרעי מרחוק. מה זה בנתה לרעי? That for my friends, from the different anything that I'm trying to do, anything that I'm trying to accomplish, HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows exactly what you want, what you're doing, for what purpose. Let's see. והרשות נתונה. Now this is very strange. What does that mean? Permission is granted for what? שניתן רשות ביד בני אדם לעשות כל אשר יחפוץ לבו אם טוב ואם רע. A person could do in this world whatever he wants, bad, good. It's your choice. There is nobody in this world that could say, I didn't know. I know, you know, the world is being brainwashed, by the way. If you take a look at all the movies think about it, just the movies from I remember once I saw a documentary called Blood Diamonds. Blood Diamonds, Africa, right? Mm-hmm. They took Africa over there, and so you would think there's no civilization, they're not taught. The people, they don't have school.
They meant Chabad diamonds.
They don't have, what's his name? They don't have educational system. Yet, every person is born in this world with inner self-conscience. What's the problem with Hitler? Why did Hitler hate the Jews? What did he say? The Time magazine asked them, what's the problem with you and the Jews? What did he answer? The Jews bring conscience. The Jews are awakening people to do the good things. That the whole world is being influenced. How you see a goy today giving out $1? It doesn't make sense. He doesn't have Torah that tells him, by the way, if you give out $1, you will be rewarded 1,000 times fold. Okay? They don't have this concept. And yet, out of nowhere, you see the goyim distributing money. I see a guy going out giving a poor. No, okay, I understand he has matzpun, but I'm talking about how the goy doesn't know it. Doesn't have this concept. And yet, they have no concept of giving away, helping others. Goy has zero concept. Goy has zero concept of helping. He just eats.
I disagree.
Okay, you could disagree till tomorrow, but I'm telling you the Torah.
Show me.
What?
Show me the Torah.
So it's open up. You have to come, Habibi. You have to come over here and learn with us everything that I learned. Not just come and show me.
Trust me,
Good.
Hashem helped me to learn
Good.
much. I
So-
want to ask you a
שמת
question.
נעליים?
Yes, sir.
You
חותם
said,
סנדלים, אתה לא יכול לדבר.
you said the goy has no interest.
The boy has no conscience to do anything good for anybody else.
Source, I want to see a source.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. Next time. No
After
problem.
the class.
No problem. After the class, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to waste time right now.
I know a lot of goyim personally.
זה לא קשור, הוא עושה את זה בשבילו.
אני מכיר גויים שעוזרים
הוא עושה את זה
Okay,
בסלפיש.
how do we know
הוא עושה
that?
את זה בסלפיש.
Shh, gentlemen. Okay, and over here.
בהמה יש לה לב.
חביבי, אין לי בהמה לב גם כן. Don't such a thing. I know you're being brainwashed. Habibi, good for you. Good for you.
So when a בהמה lost
Good
a
for you.
baby, she doesn't say. She doesn't-
Habibi, there is no heart. Again, you're brainwashed. I
If
can
you're
help you.
screaming, your answer is weak. Continue
Habibi.
with your class, I'll be doing my
Habibi,
class.
if you're brainwashed, it's not my fault. Animals have no feelings.
בוא נתקדם.
בוא נתקדם, בסוף השיעור.
Animals have no
בוא
feelings.
נדבר רבנו, בוא נתקדם.
תגיד לו שאלות
This is my
בסוף.
shiurim here, that's what I teach. I teach
שאלות
Torah.
בסוף.
Okay,
I don't teach face feeling and fake feelings.
After this shul, you
Michael.
can teach how to grow a beard.
No problem. Anyway, so Habibis, now, says continues the Rabbi Shinimar, how do we know that every individual has a choice? Every individual in this world has a choice to do bad or good. Shinimar, Re'eh natati lefanecha. It says over there that Hashem gave before us, natati lefanecha tov ve'ra, right? You have a choice. Every individual has a choice. Now, how does a goy go ahead and do good things? They don't have that concept. The concept is Baruch Hashem, the hashpa'ah of the Jews around the world, and Baruch Hashem, we're succeeding in that aspect. Somebody asks you, by the way, why aren't you living in Israel? Why don't you go to Israel? You tell them very simple, Hashem put me here to make Kiddush Hashem. The only reason why the Jews are in Galut now is to make humans out of the Goyim. Because Taka, that's the way the world was. The Goyim, prior to Galut, they were swallowing each other like a lion eating a lamb. That's the way Goy is made. Ve'amar Rambam Zal. Rambam explains.
You saw the movie.
Kizeh hadavar hu min ha'pe'alim.
Later?
I apologize, Habibi. There's only one person talking here. If I give you permission to talk, you talk. Until then,
If you're the only one that talks,
please,
it's
I'm
like-
sorry. I'm sorry, we're on the video now. There's people. Everybody has a chance to talk, but when I give them a chance,
Okay, but you're wrong.
please don't interrupt.
But
Thank you.
but spread
I
the
could be. That's Baruch Hashem. I could be wrong, but thank you.
100%.
That's why I'm alive. If I was, that's a permission. I'm still alive. That means I'm wrong. Okay. ואמר רמב"ם ז"ל, כי זה הדבר הוא מן הפעלים, שאף על פי שהרשות נתונה לאדם לעשות רצונו. Even though we have this concept that every individual is granted permission to do whatever they want in this world. You could do whatever you want, right? והקדוש ברוך הוא יודע מה שיש לו לעשות קודם המחשבה וקודם המעשה. The Kadosh Baruch Hu knows what is happening, what is the person is tilting, which every person is tilting, right? He's going to go rob a house, and he's going to murder somebody, chas v'shalom, and he's going to harm a person, he's going to rape somebody, he's going to do bad things. Still, Kadosh Baruch Hu knows. ולא בהכרח יעשה האדם את הטוב ואת הרע, כי אם ברצון ליבו. So the point over there is, you might, the question is like this, I don't understand you. Hashem knows if this guy is going to go and kill. So where is the bechira? That's the famous question. That's the fact. The fact is that is in a person's heart to kill. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will not be monea. As it says in the Gemara, במה שהאדם רוצה, ומלכיד אותו. בדרך שאדם הולך, מה מלכיד אותו? Anything you choose in your life, Hashem will guide you. Meaning, that's the point of בחירה חופשית. That's the בחירה חופשית. והשם יתברך יודע תחילה מה יהיה רצונו. ואפילו המעשים השקולים שאפשר שיהיו ואפשר שלא יהיו, את הכל יודע תחילת המעשה, והוא פלא. Again, we have to understand something that's out of this world. When the pasuk says in the Torah, בראשית ברא אלוקים את השמיים ואת הארץ, it means bara. מה זה bara? We're actually living right now bara, not bore. And when it says, וירא אלוקים את כל אשר נעשה, והנה הוא טוב מאוד, the word טוב מאוד means?
כמה גימטריה?
No, not gematria again.
הוא יודע.
Habibi, I don't talk.
17 and 45.
Now, what's the, Habibi, טוב מאוד. מה זה טוב מאוד? הקדוש ברוך הוא already ended this world. By this statement in the pasuk, Hashem already finished the whole world, 60,000 years. The whole 6,000 years already done by him. By Hashem, there is no kitzah. He doesn't have beginning and he doesn't have an end. There is no time limit. So Hashem already knows. Now, he already says the world is good. So what am I doing here then? So why am I here? If everything, that's the question.
Oh, kula.
Habibi, if anything, if I already know what's good, Hashem already knows the end of the world. He already knows. Mashiach comes. Everything he knows. So what's the purpose? Why are we here? What's the whole tachlit? The tachlit is for us to get a reward. The tachlit is, the whole point is, the whole goal is for us to stay here, to go through the maaseh, to go through the deeds, to go through the actions, and to get a reward, a sachar, al kol ha'pe'ula ve'pe'ula al kol ha'machshava, and that's why the Gemara says, pe'ula ha'machshava nitzarefet ha'maaseh. Which way did you go? Did your actions go after your conscience? And that's the whole goal. The whole goal, even though Hashem knows the end, you're right. So what am I doing here? It's litovatenu. Hashem hu tov ve'hametiv. Hashem only wants good. He only wants to give us reward. He already knows the end result. But, Habibi, no, I'm sorry, Habibi, we don't get interrupted. I'm told you, you cannot do this. I'm sorry. Okay, next. את הכל יודע תחילה. ובטוב העולם נידון. Habibi, you can't interrupt. I'm sorry. You can't interrupt. I'm sorry. ובטוב העולם נידון.
Listen, when you see me, don't talk to me.
ובטוב העולם נידון. And the world...
שלא יפנה אליי, שלא יקרא לי לשיעור הגאוותן הזה בלי הזקן.
יפה מאוד.
המילה
תודה רבה.
תכלית מתחילה בתף, נגמרת בתף,
טוב,
ובאמצע
חביבי,
יש כלי.
חביבי, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful evening. You wanted to leave, just leave already. That's what I'm telling you. Next. You're right.
Hashem Tov says whoever touches
That's
me,
it, Hashem. Oh, Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem ubetov haolam nidon. We have to know HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What does that mean? Ubetov haolam nidon. The world is judged what? With good, with favor. That's the whole point. We're trying to say that you have bechira and you have a choice. And the only reason why Hashem is allowing all this is because He loves you. Okay, of course. He wants you. He wants you constantly to do an action. Hashem.
איפה הבחירה באה? ביראת שמיים של האדם.
No like יראת שמיים. No, not יראת שמיים.
הוא יכול לשנות את הגזירה של
Good,
הדבר.
so now you give a heter. He doesn't have יראת שמיים. He's פטור from everything.
לא, בזכות ככל שיש לך יותר יראת שמיים, ככה אתה גם משנה את הדרך שהיית אמור להיות בה.
יפה מאוד, but that's not what I want to say here. I don't think that's what Rabeinu is saying. That's not what Rabeinu Yonah is saying. The point over here is, Shlomo, that's not what Rabeinu Yonah is saying. He's telling us that Hashem knows everything, but He's giving you the tools and he wants. So why you're going to ask? Why is he giving me all that? Why should I have a right to kill somebody? Why should I have a right to build somebody? Why should I have a right to bring a baby to this world? Why should I have a right to kill a baby in this world? Why? You know why? Because Hashem wants you as a partner, and He wants to give you us the reward because He loves us. Free, a freebie. Hashem loves us. Haras. That's what you do when you love. Yes.
بعد הקדוש ברוך הוא נתן לו התורה חוזרת אותך בתשובה.
בטח.
שאתה רואה ועושה עבוד
100%,
וזה.
100%.
אתה לומד התורה כמו אש.
Of course, that's why the goyim don't have it. The goyim don't have the Torah. The Torah was given to us, so the goy is in a different realm. And yet you see the goyim are doing good things. Why?
Some of them.
No, but why are they doing good things?
Because the copiers.
Because that's right. Because the Jews, because we're doing Kiddush Hashem. We're spread around the whole world. The whole world.
The inflation of us.
They're out of this world. They do crazy things. Why? It's because Shlomo does Chesed, he come over here, and he does somebody else, and he goes to the shul, and he cleans up over here, and he does Rabborachai comes, and he does somebody sees something, and always we constantly help each other. And again, B'tov ha'olam nidon. What does that mean? Let's see. והקדוש ברוך הוא אינו דן את האדם לפי מעשיו לבד, אך בטובו ובמידת החסד. הקדוש ברוך הוא doesn't just judge everybody through their actions. חביבי, אם בגמרא, I mean the Mishnah. את האדם לפי מעשיו לבד, אך בטובו ובמידת החסד. Hashem judges the whole world from His good, because He wants to do good. He wants us to do good for us. So Rabeinu Yonah explains. Therefore, לפי מעשיו, okay, וזהו שאמר דוד עליו השלום, as David HaMelech brought down in Tehillim. We're on page סמך זין now. הטעות נעוריי ופשעי אל תזכור. What is Hashem doing to kindness to us? Hashem doing out of this world. That He says, the person when he's young, usually when young people, they do things, mistake here, mistake there. So David HaMelech says, please Hashem in Tehillim, when I do the bad things, all the bad things that I did when I was young, halas, forget them. Chato, don't mention them. Chato hen ben hashgagot ben azdonot she'adam oseh bena'aruto. Anything that the person does when he is a youth. What does youth mean, by the way? Youth means until I learn something. Right? A person could be a youth. This could mean at 100 years old. A person lived one way all his life. At 100 years old, now he's learning a new Mishnah. And Hashem should help us. We should daven to Hashem constantly to help us, as we already learned. Remember that last week we learned about this concept. Davening to Hashem, that we should do tshuva before we die. Every day. Every day. That's right. So again, we're asking Hashem to completely forget all the bad things, and now it's a new beginning. So obviously the best time to do tshuva when a person is still young. When he's young and he's strong, he's sharp, he could do the Avirah, but he stops. אך אותם שעושה אחר שגדל בשנים והוא בדעת שלם נקראים פשעים או מרי. So now when a person grows older, he says, Rabbi, or once he's already a full-fledged, like a mature person, there when he does Avirot, פשעים.
אולמרט אמר לעשות מרי אזרחי, כבר לפני 1000
מה זה מרי? מה זה מרי?
מרד.
Like on purpose. Going on purpose.
מרד.
להפוך את השלטון.
Yeah, למרות. Okay, again, on purpose. You go against Hashem on purpose. Good. So now, what about on this? ועל זה היה מתוודה ואומר בין החטאים בשניורי בין פשעים שאחר שגדלתי. Here. But nevertheless, still Hashem is so merciful. Anybody could leave here anytime. We're not calling anybody. Nobody's hold by the chain. If you have to go somewhere, if you want to learn, we're here. Please, every second you stay with us. It's a beautiful. Thank you for Mamash learning with us. Now, so he says like this. However, what happens to an older person when he does Avirot, a mature person? So that's why Melech said it doesn't matter. While I was young or while I'm old doing Avirot, while I'm fully mature, maybe I'm doing it b'mezid on purpose, or I'm doing it limrot by Hashem. I'm doing it on purpose to go against Hashem. Still, Hashem have Rahmanut on me. אל תזכור, don't mention those עבירות. לכן יעלה לפניך, זיכרוני תזכירני לטובה. Constantly, Hashem, please, when you mention me, when you want to discuss about me, when you want to bring up me and the subject, do it לטובה. אך כחסדך, זכור לי, אתה למען טובך Hashem. What is again? We already did from the beginning. Remember what Yonah says. Hashem knows everything. So if He knows already the end of 6,000 years, so why are we doing all this? Because Hashem wants to do good for us. Oh, you want to do good for us, Hashem, but I'm doing all Avirot. Still, Hashem, please still let the things go and do it. And if you forgive me, what happens if Hashem forgives me? Only good. If Hashem doesn't forgive me, the Malachai, they're going to come and they're going to harm me. And that's not good. That's not what Hashem wants. It's a catch-22. It says that Hashem is suffering through all the suffering that we suffer. So Hashem, when the person opens up his mouth and he says, Hashem, please, Alas, forgive me, what does he do? Now that he said, forgive me, Hashem could tell the Malach Habibi, you can't. Now there's a kli. Remember, our peh is ma'aseh. Whatever we say, Hashem does. So now what happens? When I say, Hashem, please forgive me from all the avirot, Hashem takes away all the avirot. He takes it all from us. So now, if there's no avirot, what happens? Where can the Malachei Kabbalah hurt you? They can't. They can't hurt you anymore. You hear that? And Na'aseh avirot. So, good. So he's saying, wait a minute, let me do the avirah, and I'm going to do the tshuva. No, the Gemara already predecessed you in Rosh Hashanah says, Echta, no. Echta ve'yashuv, and b'seket b'yado. They're not going to let him do tshuva. A person says, I'm going to do avirah, do tshuva, Hashem will not forgive us. But for represent Hashem should always forgive us.
Amen.
For all the avirah we do. Even the ones that we said, we'll do it anyway. Almost. Right here, 2 more minutes. Don't worry, I know. Even with the Darash, we're still holding about 20 minutes. Relax, we're still here. Okay. Because Hashem judges the whole world in favor. Even the evil people, meaning I did Avirah on purpose, still Hashem judges me favorably, as it says. Tov Hashem lakol. In the Tehillim, you say every day, 3 times a day, Ashrei. It says Hashem is good for everybody. Ve'arashayim bichlal ma'asav shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Didn't Hashem create those Rashayim also? Doesn't He know what's going to be the outcome? You know that Rasha that killed what's his name, Mengele? He tortured over 1 million people with his own hands. Mengele, you know that the Rasha Sarah Tabachim who shechted 950,000 children at the Beit HaMikdash at the time of Zachariah. You know that person? That person was a baby one time. That person was fed milk. That person was nurtured. All the kush right with that baby. Who did that? Hashem. Still He did that to him. Why? Because still that person had a choice. Each one of us has a choice. Always. He's a Rasha. Okay, that's what's his choice, unfortunately. It says over there in Midrash, everybody, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created everybody, and everyone has that choice to revert back. V'hakol lefi rov ha'maaseh. Now, what about what Hashem gives a person? Only if it's already more to the bad side. So let's see. She'af al pi she'ha'olam nidon betov, Hashem, even though the whole world is judged favorably by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and kol adam b'midat ha'chesed. It's not everything the true kindness. כי למרבה בחסידות מידת החסד, היתרה על מעשיו מרובה. והמלמדים תהיה מועט. So again, to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who does He favor? Who does He do more kindness to? The person who does more kindness himself. Now we're talking about midah keneged midah. You're right. Everybody is judged favorably, but how much? So it all depends on his actions when he does kindness to others. If the person does a lot, Hashem has more mercy on him. So you're right, okay. If a person does a lot of avirot, but he does a lot of chesed, so HaKadosh Baruch Hu ma'avir because of the chesed. As the Gemara says, the 3 things that will save us the Yimot Mashiach, right? The Chevlo Shel Mashiach, one of the things is going to be chesed. En atov hayoter al ma'asehem merubeh kemo shel tzadikim. So of course, obviously, that's the good things that the tzadikim do more, as the Mishnah says. That Mishnah discusses Sheli v'shelcha. Remember that everything is mine, everything is yours. That tzaddik says everything is mine is yours, Habibi. Everything is yours is yours. That's tzaddik. That's right. וגם הצדיקים אין המרבה והממית שווים, כי הכל לפי רוב המעשה. It doesn't matter. Also tzaddikim. Which tzaddik? You go to this tzaddik, you give bracha, shefa. You go to this tzaddik, you give a million times bracha, nothing happens. All depends on the real inside. The inside of the kishka of the person. Hashem knows all the kidneys, everything inside starts, all the machshavot. וכמו שאמר במדרש, טוב השם לקרוביו, לנפש תדרשנו. So again, it all depends on how much you're close to Hashem. So if you're close to Hashem, and there's only 2 ways to go close to Hashem, the most way, 2 ways, learning Torah and chesed. Why? Because you copy Hashem, you come close to Him. That's right. אינו דומה המקווה ומתעסק, למקווה ואינו מתעסק, obviously, the one who does, has Bekaveh or mitasek, meaning compared to learning Torah, and the one who does chesed, it's different from people who not. Rabeinu Moshe Zal, so that's like Rambam. Now he's going to Rambam. Gores, aval lo al pi ha'ma'aseh, meaning not according to the deeds. Umefaresh hakol lefi rov ha'ma'aseh. So that's the Rambam. If you take Hilchot Shuvah, Rambam says the world is judged according to the rov ha'ma'aseh, and not the rov ha'ma'asim, because Rambam has a different shita. Rambam has a shita where one mitzvah, good thing, could offset a lot of bad things. And also he has a shita that one avirah could offset a lot of good things. So that's the shita of Rambam. כמו עניין הצדקה, כי מי שנותן 1,000 זוז ב1,000 פעמים, זהו לפי רוב המעשה. אבל לא אף על פי המעשה זה שנותן בבת אחת. מפני זה מתעוררת מחשבתו 1,000 פעמים לעשות טוב בתוך עמו, וזה לא יתעורר כי אם פעם הראשונה. So over there, right, so he says, right, a person gave out $1,000. So he gave $1,000 to 1,000 people. So each time he gives, it awakens within himself. When we do kind things to others, it's for us.
Yeah.
Out of this world. Let me tell you a story that I saw. Somebody from Africa. Huh?
If somebody come to you first, $1,000, you gotta give it to them.
All the money that you, not just 1,000. If you have 10,000, you have to give him all the 10,000. Of course, we're not talking about that. No. That's I already explained to you now. It means that no, he's not concentrating to whom right now how to do halachot tzedakah. He's concentrating you. The more you perform the tzedakah, the more your heart awakens. For instance, Ben Ish Chai says something that most of you you're gonna flip right now. Ben Ish Chai says when you want to give tzedakah, what do? You give from your right hand, give it to the left hand, and we give it with the left hand, right? But you're gonna say no. All the Kabbalim say you give it with the right hand, right? Right? No, Ben Ish Chai says give it with your left hand. Why? He says train your left hand, which is a sitra achra. The Satan is there, telling you not to give tzedakah. So you give to the left hand tzedakah to teach your brain, to reprogram your brain. Yeah, that's Ben Ish Chai. Now let's just tell you a story from Africa I just heard, which is an amazing story. An African billionaire. He says, out of this world. He says, I went into business and I thought making money is going to make me happy. I became a billionaire. Whatever he was selling, buying. Didn't see the happiness. Okay, so what he decided to doing? He says, he has all the money now, let's start buying. Start buying houses, buying gold cars, gold airplanes, mamash. The guy is a multi-zillionaire, he doesn't care. And he says, after I bought everything, gunisht. Now what happens? So he went and he started to make investments in businesses. Started acquiring companies. Bought this company. I bought Microsoft. This. I bought this stocks. The guy is maybe happy. Not. One day a guy comes to him, and he says, "My friend, I want to take you somewhere. Where? I have over here 1,000 children in Africa. They're crippled children without legs." And we're looking for somebody to help us to buy wheelchairs for these children. Maybe I could interest you in this proposition. He says, let me try. What is this? 1,000 children, small children? Yeah. So he bought 1,000 wheelchairs for the small children.
Made him up.
Yeah? Wait. Now he comes to the event. They're going to give the children, 1,000 children, all the children, wheelchairs. And he sees the children got a wheelchair and they're rolling and they're fighting and they're enjoying. No, regular. We're talking the regular one, the one that costs $300. Don't worry, $300,000. Okay. Now he gave them the wheelchairs and they're running around, and he says, "Wow!" And he sees the kids are enjoying it. He says, "Wow! What is this?" All of a sudden, he was about to leave. He was happy a little bit, but he didn't have such joy in his life. All of a sudden, he feels somebody nagging his feet, pulling him. He looks down and he sees a little child in a wheelchair. He says to him, Mister, what's your name? He says, what do you mean, what's my name? Oh, you want to know my name? He says, yes, I want to know your name. So why you ask my name? He says, I tell you, when I die in heaven and I'm going to see you there, I'm going to say thank you again. He says, they made me happy. Even here, do chesed. Chesed is for us. It makes us grow. B'ezrat Hashem. I'm sorry I brought you from Africa, the story, but that just came out of my mind.